There's been a lot on the news lately about a possible upcoming recession, and I'm not an economist. I don't know whether it is or not, but my thinking is we need to be prepared just in case there is a recession coming. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 6 things that you can do to help prepare for if there is an upcoming recession. And I guarantee you number 6 is going to be a surprise. So the first thing that I want to say, the number 1 suggestion for helping you prepare for an upcoming recession is to buy your hay in bulk. The hay growers are going through all the price increases, the same price increases we're going through, that we're seeing. Fuel's going up, equipment's going up, maintenance is going up, and they're seeing the same thing that we're seeing. They're trying to keep their prices down, and one of the ways that they're going to look at doing is every time they have to go out and load hay for somebody, that costs them time. So one of the things that would help us and will help the hay growers is by buying our hay in bulk. However much hay you think you're going to need for the year, go ahead and try to stock up on that much, whether it's squares or rolls, whatever you need, and stock up on that much hay. That's going to give the grower an incentive to give you a better price. That's also going to cut down on your fuel, making trips back and forth. And in the end, that's going to make your hay price, and your grain price for that matter, go down. I buy my grain in bulk, just like I buy my hay in bulk, and you'll get a bulk discount from your feed store. That helps him keep his prices down. So he's going to be willing to give you a little bit of a price break by in bulk. The number 2 recommendation that I have for you to help be prepared for a recession, if there is a recession, is take a look at what type of feed that you are feeding and evaluate what your horse is doing. Do you really need to feed that top of the line name brand feed? In a lot of situations, I know a lot of people that feed name brand feed and the horse stands out in the pasture most of the time. It's really not necessary. So evaluate what you're feeding and make sure that you are getting a good value for the feed that you're getting. I know I feed kind of an off brand, and that helps keep my prices down, and it's a good quality feed. You don't have to feed a name brand feed to get a good feed. The 3rd recommendation that I have is for you to go down here and close this door. Somebody's getting noisy. Hank down there getting noisy. We're going to close his window. He decided to start pawing when I started videoing. Now he's hiding from me. So the next recommendation that I have to help you weather a recession and keep your expenses down is to maximize your grass and your pasture and your turnout. In a lot of situations, we don't really manage our pasture and our turnout as good as we could if we have just a couple of horses. We just turn them out and it is what it is, and we end up supplementing with a lot of feed. You can help your feed costs a lot if you'll put a little bit of effort into managing your grass and your pasture and your turnout. The more nutrition you can get in your horse with pasture and turnout, the lower you can get your feed costs to be. So along with maximizing your pasture and getting the most out of the grass you have, one of the things that has really gone up a lot is the cost of fertilizer, the cost of nitrogen. And one of the things that you can do to help with your pasture is to get your soil tested and get the pH tested. If your soil pH is not correct, your soil is not going to absorb the nitrogen as well as it should. And it might be that you can get by with checking your pH and doing what your recommendation would be to adjust your pH, and in the long term you actually get a nitrogen benefit from that. You could have nitrogen in your soil that's not usable because your soil pH is incorrect. So that was number 3. I believe we're on number 4 now. The number 4 thing that you could do to help manage your expenses if we do get this recession is plan on going to horse shows that are multi-day, multi-pointed, or multi-day with multiple runs. If you can travel to one show and show a couple of times over that couple of days, then you're basically going to 2 or 3 or maybe even more shows with the fuel expense of only traveling to one show. And if you're trying to run for a high point or a circuit award or something like that, that really helps a lot in maintaining your expenses for traveling to horse shows. Diesel fuel is really expensive right now, and hotels are not that cheap either. But the more efficient you can be as far as getting the most bang for your buck at the horse shows, the most chances to win checks, the most chances to win points. That's going to help your horse journey so that you can still show even during this time where the economy is struggling a little bit and money might be a little bit tight. And going along with that is number 5, which is to take advantage of virtual lessons. I offer virtual lessons. There's a lot of other trainers that offer virtual lessons, and they can really be beneficial. They can be just about as good as an in-person lesson, and take advantage of that. You won't have any fuel expense. You depending on who you use and how their virtual lessons work. You ride, do the lesson, and all you have is the expense of the lesson. You don't have any fuel getting there. And that can be a huge benefit to help keep your fuel costs down. So if you're doing some other things to help prepare your horses for a possible upcoming recession and help manage the expenses of the horses, and let me know what you're doing. Put it down in the comments below. And tell me about what you're doing. These are some suggestions that I have. I'm sure that's not all there is out there. So let me know in the comments what you're doing. And number 6 of how to help manage your horse expenses in case of a recession. This one is, I bet, is going to surprise you. But look at possibly stepping up to a better horse. I expect some areas of the country and some areas of the horse industry, it might hit them pretty hard. It might end up being a good opportunity, a good time to actually step up to another horse if you're showing. If you're looking at breeding, you might be able to step up to a better bred mare. You might even be able to find a more affordable stallion if you're looking to breed to a stallion. So that is 6 things that we can do to help us prepare for a possible recession if we get one. They say prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And that's kind of the direction that I'm thinking. I'm not so sure we're going to have a recession, but I'm planning for things to get a little bit tighter. And if we plan for it and it doesn't happen, then we're just going to be that much better off in the end. One more thing I want to mention before I close this video for the day. I'm getting quite a few trolls on my page, especially my Facebook. I do post these videos both to YouTube and to Facebook. Getting quite a few trolls in the comments. I don't really care if you take jabs and insult me. It doesn't bother me. It's no big deal. But if anybody that insults any of the other people that comment on the threads in my videos, you will be booted out and banned from the channel. So just a little bit of a warning. Nothing wrong with some debate and talk, but make sure that it's respectful. Be respectful of others. Until next time, thank you for watching.